already know what time it is. Agency life, agency nurse. Shout out to the agency gang, 60-hour gang. On my way right now to another facility. Just doing this whole agency thing and the cracking. You know, I really don't be doing come to work with me vlogs like that, but I don't know, maybe this is a come to work with me. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna see what it's like and give y'all that agency nurse experience again. It's been a little minute since I picked up, but we back at the agency life because I'm trying to transition. Like, I even had my full-time gig. Like, they called, they was like, yeah, we need somebody to come in. I said, no, I'm already committed. Committed. You know, but you already know what it is. So, alright, I'ma holla. I'ma see y'all in a second.
You can live pretty well by yourself.
So I'm here early. I done pulled up, the ambulance already outside, so that can either be one of a couple things. Either it's a new admission coming in, or somebody's going out, or somebody came back from like an appointment, whatever. But it's almost 7 o'clock, so I don't think nobody probably coming back from an appointment, but who knows? But we about to go up in this thing and get it cracking. I always like to come 10 or 15 minutes early because I want around, especially if I ain't never been here before. I need to know what's going on and everything like that, especially as you agency people be trying funny stuff with agency. So let's get it. Let's get up out of here. Kids are great. Of course they are. And being a parent, I assume, is one of the greatest jobs in the world for the people that actually want to be parents. And when you have children, kids will inevitably get sick. So what happens when you as a parent has a sick child and you have to take your child to a hospital, but the person that is working on your child isn't exactly who you want to be working on them? Well, this one lady had something to say about it. Let's roll the footage.
Please see a white doctor.
It's only available after 4, is it not?
So you're saying in the whole entire building there isn't one white doctor?
Your kid has to be seen by a pediatrician.
Okay, so you're telling me that my kid has chest pains, he's gonna have to sit here until 4 o'clock. Can I see a doctor, please, that's white? That doesn't have brown teeth or speak English. Huh?
If the doctor is black.
Okay, don't get started with this. Being white in this country, I should just shoot myself.
Go to the hospital.
Just being white makes him more...
Go to the hospital.
That speaks English, it doesn't have brown teeth.
Well, speaking English is one thing. Being white is different.
How are you communicating to everyone if everyone's incapable of speaking English?
Yeah.
They're licensed, that's why they're here. You need to...
Your child clearly has more issues with you being his mother than him needing to see a doctor. You are extremely rude and racist. You want to talk about people being at a hospital? Maybe you should check yourself.
There was a daughter.
I don't
girl
care.
that died over there. I'm asking for my.
From-
Why are you yelling at me? This is what happens. When
You are yelling at everyone. You're yelling at everyone.
My son is sick.
So what?
You're here to fight me because
No, we are not fighting. We are fighting because...
you're brown. You're all entitled.
Well, there are... I'm sure there are other people who are reasonable.
Because you're racist.
No, it's because I'm white.
No.
You're attacking me.
Slurs.
Come on,
That's not okay.
Step back. This is my personal.
She is perfectly standing right, fine here.
And she answered the door at her Mississauga home, but refused to talk to us when we tried to ask her questions about what happened here at this medical clinic at Queensway and here, Ontario.
So you're saying in the whole entire building there isn't one white doctor?
This video was posted online Sunday, showing a woman demanding a white doctor for her son at a Mississauga clinic.
Oh my God, what type of horrible country do I live in?
I don't know.
My kid is sick, so I want to see somebody else that doesn't have brown teeth that speaks English then.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is CJ Kyles, aka the High Value Nurse, checking in once again, back with another video. And I think it's crazy that we live in a time to where some people can still have so much hate in their heart that they will risk their own child getting sick, and remaining sick rather, not being seen by a professional. They'd rather risk that all just because they're racist, They have hate in their heart. They don't want their kid to be seen by somebody who is black, ladies and gentlemen. Now, to all my nurses, to all my healthcare professionals, especially the ones of color, I am sure that you have encountered some racist, potentially racist patients within your time as being a healthcare professional. I've encountered one or two. I've never had one who did not want to be helped by me, but people will say slick racist remarks, and to me personally, it was what it was. It didn't really bother me because they're the ones that need the help, and I'm there to help them. And if they don't want the help, then that's fine. But you let it roll off your back. But it's a whole different game when it comes to a mother and her child. And this child was clearly at the hospital for a reason. The child needed to be treated for whatever condition that was going on with the child. And the mother was refusing help simply because she wanted somebody who was white. And I think at first I said black, but I think she was in Mexico, or I'm not sure. I'm not sure where she was at, but I believe, because she kept saying brown people and all that kind of stuff. And regardless of what color the healthcare professional was, that should not matter. You feel me? But I get sometimes people can want a specific preference. You know what I'm saying? I get that. I prefer, like when I get checked out, I prefer male physicians. I get that. Being a male nurse, you have some people who prefer having a female nurse because they're just not comfortable with, some of the intimate things that male nurses may have to do and all that kind of stuff. So I get that part of the game, and it's really nothing personal. It's a preference. But in this situation, you can clearly see that it was a fact of solely the person just being brown or not being white. And if your child is in that much need of help, at that point, it should not be matter what color the physician is. I think that's awful parenting. I think you are putting your child at risk, because who knows what was going on with that kid, and if the condition was gradually getting worse as time started to go on. You just don't know. And I think it is unfortunate that we still do live in a world like that. Now again, I'm not saying that people are not allowed to have their preferences, especially when they're given care. But when it seems like an emergency situation, like the one that is presented, then again, you might have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand the big deal, because at this point, it's not about your preference. It's about who can get you the help the fastest. Because if I prefer having a male doctor, check me out, or whatever, or if I'm doing my physical or whatever, like if something is really going wrong and I'm in an emergency situation, I don't care what gender the doctor is. I just need some help at that point. You feel me? If I'm having a heart attack, I don't care if she's a woman. I don't care what color she is. I don't care, I don't care what the doctor is. I don't care what they prescribe to. That's really not my business. All I know is that in this situation, I need some help. Come help me. Let's get it done and over with. It's okay to have your preference, but when it's coming from a place of hate, then you have an issue. You have a further issue then. And then when it comes at the risk of endangering your child, further endangering the child, then you're creating an even bigger problem. But let me know what you think. My name is CJ, aka the High Value Nurse, checking in once again, back with another video. And you don't do nothing else? If you don't do nothing else, get paid. Young nurse, get paid. Peace.